Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam. This week, we're doing things a little bit different. We got Joe Cherries from Cherries MTG on the show today to play some casual EDH.
I am Joe Cherries of Joe Cherries MTG, formerly a nitpicking nerd, but now I am just Joe Cherries MTG. You can come watch me and my partner make content on our YouTube channel.
This video is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Check out the affiliate link down below to help support the show. So we have Joe playing Henzi with the companion of Umori. Tyler is playing Perkyomon. That's not what it's called. Tyler's on Pramicon. Cam is on Aragorn, and I'm playing Noble Baloth. Everybody ready?
Oh, I'm ready, Spaghetti.
I'm sure.
Any pre-games?
I'm ready, Alfredo.
Pre-games. This is casual. Bam, draw. Play this Verdant Catacombs and fetch up a Triome. Pass after that.
I'll draw, play a Shiv on Refins. There you go.
I'm gonna draw, play a tapped Sacred Foundry, and pass the turn.
Draw a card. Play Sandstone Needle, which comes in with 2 depletion counters tapped. Go ahead.
Draw Undergrowth Stadium, and I do not have a 2-drop, so I'll pass.
I'm gonna draw Cascade Bluffs, Ornithopter of Paradise, and pass.
All right, here comes my turn. I'll play a Spire Bluff Canal, and then I will cast a Sky Diamond and pass the turn. I know, everyone's so afraid of me all of a sudden.
Untap, upkeep, draw a card. Play a basic plains, remove a depletion counter to make 2 red mana, and on my second turn of the game, I will cast a 3-mana spell. Wow. White Plume Adventurer. When White Plume Adventurer enters the battlefield, I will take the initiative. Means I go into the Undercity, which means I search my library for a basic land. I'll find a mountain, and then I'll pass my turn. Already, I'm feeling great. I'm in Boros. I've managed to ramp a little bit. I got the initiative down, and my opponents don't have any other creatures in play, which is the best time to put the initiative into play, if you ask me. The only issue is my land. Since I'm in Boros, I have to play weird things like Sandstep Needle. It's going to go away next turn. So this isn't like a cEDH deck where I can turbo use that mana to win the game right away. I'm playing a control deck. I actually question this card a decent amount, but in situations like this where I get to get my little card advantage out before other players, I'm feeling great.
Draw. I'll play this Reflecting Pool. Play a Gwenna. Pass the turn. Yes, we are ramping.
I'm gonna untap, draw for turn, Fiery Islet. All right, I'm gonna lose 1 life here, going to 39. Cast a Visions of Phyrexia. I'll pass.
I will untap, upkeep, and draw. Play a command tower and try to unmulligan myself a little bit by casting Aragorn, King of Gondor. Become the monarch and move to my end step and draw a card.
Untap, upkeep. I go through the Undercity. I'm going to put 2 +1/+1 counters on White Plume Adventurer. Draw for turn. Cameron, I'm going to attack you with my 5/5.
Cool, I'll take 5.
I will gain the monarch. I will remove the last depletion counter from Sandstone Needle to make 2 red, and then with this white, I'll leave a red floating, and I will cast Noble Heritage. Cast Gorilla Shaman, play Clifftop Retreat, and I will cast Soul Snare. I will go to my end step and draw a card with the monarch.
I get so fucked by this White Plume Adventurer, it's not even funny. Not only does the follow-up of another creature, something as small as a Gorilla Shaman, totally mess up my ability to get the monarch back on my turn, but I totally forget that White Plume Adventurer untaps itself.
Untap. Draw.
At the beginning of your upkeep, I untap a creature I control.
Play Carplusion Forest. Henzi. Toolbox Tor. 3 mana to blitz a sad robot. I'll send it in. I gotta get my basic first before I attack, I suppose. That's the rules of Magic. I will send 2 at Dylan, and I will declare that if you don't block it, we'll be best friends.
I will refuse this offering, and I will choose to block with my 5/5.
Wow. It'll die, and I will draw 2 cards. And then I will pass angrily.
I only got to tutor land and draw 2 cards. I'm furious.
Yeah.
Upkeep, I will exile a card to Visions of Phyrexia, a Brainstorm, and I will draw off for turn. I will lose 1 life to Fiery Islet, going to 38, and I will Brainstorm. 3, put 2 cards back on top. Fabled Passage. I will crack this Fabled Passage and go find a basic land. Here's a Plains. Cast Court of Grace. When it enters, I become the monarch.
Oh my god. So that means I lose it.
So much monarch this game.
I am then going to move to end step and draw for being the monarch.
I'll go to my turn and I will draw a card. Cast a Tajik Legion's Edge. Is it worth doing all of this though? Let me think.
It's just casual, you know? Do it. Whatever.
It's just casual. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna path to exile your White Plume Adventurer, Dylan.
Oh man, I should have said anything. That sucks. Okay. Yeah, I'll get a Plains.
Then I will move to combat, attack Aragorn over at Dylan, and then Tajik down at Tyler. And when Aragorn attacks, it has a trigger and we'll say target creature can't block this turn, and that creature will be the Gorilla Shaman.
Okay, I take 4, right?
All right, I'll go to 35.
I'm back up to 39 after a lifelink here. I become the Monarch and I get a counter on my initiative thing. So I get to go search for a basic, which is going to be a basic Plains, which I'll shuffle in a second because I'm going to play the Plains and then cast my own Soul Snare. I will shuffle and then draw a card for the Monarchy on my end step once I'm done shuffling, and then present a passing of the turn.
Untap. I'll draw a card. Play the mountain that you know about. I'm going to cast Loot Dispute. When it enters the battlefield, I take the initiative and I gain a treasure token.
Oh, you just take it.
I just take it.
That's a dick move. It is very hard trying to keep both the Monarchy and the initiative when there's just so many cards that just take it.
Especially when we're both playing Monarch and Initiative decks. Like,
right?
So many of my cards on my deck just take the initiative. That's the point of the deck.
And now there's like these courts that are coming out from everywhere.
Go through the initiative. I will try to goad target creature. Aragorn, pass my turn.
Untap. I'll blitz Necron Deathmark. I will choose to mill myself 3, and I will destroy Aragorn. 1, we got Urborg, Pathbreaker Ibex, and Archon of Cruelty. This also untaps and gets a +1 counter. I will blitz Noxious Gearhulk.
Oh, shit.
And yes, I realized I did this the worst targeting because I'm going to blow up Gorilla Shaman with this.
Oh, no.
I'll go back to 40 life. This also untaps again. It's a counter. Play this Sulphurous Mire as my land for turn. I'll play this Wood Elves and go get another land. Put this Overgrown Tube into play. And then I'll go to combat. 5 over at Cameron. 5 over at Dylan.
I have no blocks to declare.
I'll pop this. I'll exile the creature that's attacking me.
Yep.
Down to 34, losing the Monarch.
And go to my end step. I'll sack this, draw a card, and then draw a card off the Monarchy. That is my turn.
In my upkeep, I will exile 1 to Visions of Phyrexia. It's a Pongify. Draw off return, command tower. I'm sorry, I missed the trigger by a little bit here. It was in upkeep. I was supposed to make a 1/1 spirit with flying. Cast a Monastery Mentor. Relic of Legends. I will make a little guy. I am gonna hit Gwenna with this Pongify. I've made another monk. Pass turn.
Draw a card, Steam Vents, and lose 2 life to have it come into play untapped. Cast Aragorn. Regain the Monarchy when he enters the battlefield. And then I'll move to combat. Dylan, you have the initiative. I'm going to come at you for 3.
Okay.
So I go to the second level, right?
Correct. Yeah, you go on a second level, and I take 3.
I'll choose to put 2 +1/+1 counters on Aragorn. Pass the turn. Draw a card for my end step Monarchy.
Draw a card. Saravok's Tomb. When it enters battlefield, I take the initiative. I'll move on to Archives and draw 1 card. I'm going to play Shatter Skull the Hammer Pass tapped and pass my turn.
Untaps these. And I will blitz Prismaris Eliminator. I have to go max value here and go -2/-2 to all of Tyler's creatures. I'm going to swing my Ape and my Wood Elves at Cameron and swing my 3/2 at Dylan.
Thanks, I hate it.
I'll block your 3/3 with my 6/6 Aragorn.
Yep.
I'll take 3, go to 30.
Ape dies. I will gain the Monarch.
And the initiative.
I should be at 37. I forget to take damage even though I remembered to gain my life.
It's the first time I've taken it, so I'll go get a basic land. It's Forest. Play this Forest for turn. Delighted Halfling and a Fintorn Elf. I'll go to my end step, sacrifice this guy, draw a card, and then draw off the Monarchy. Pass it.
I'll make a Spirit for Court of Grace, and I will exile a Bribery to Visions of Phyrexia. Draw for turn. I'm gonna cast this Bribery targeting Joe.
All right, let me get my best creatures. Well, there's an Atali, Primal Conqueror.
That seems really good. You know what? I'm just gonna take the Atali. I think that's where I'm at. I'd rather see what I can get off of these decks. I will use this copy token to represent Atali, and then I get an Atali ETB trigger, so we will all exile until we hit a non-land permanent, and then I can cast those for free.
Farewell.
Oh, Terminus. Damn it.
Whoa! I got a div top, and what do we get from you, Joe?
Hold on. You calm down over there. I have to shuffle after your Bribery, all right?
I
You
hope
gotta
it's another
simmer
Wrath.
down.
It is a Tangled Florahedron.
Nice. Do you want a Wrath or do you want a Ramp?
I am certainly going to cast the Sunset Stretch Top. Not going to cast Tangled Florahedron. I will cast Terminus, but I will put it on the stack under Farewell, and I will cast Farewell with the modes Exile all creatures and all graveyards.
And then Terminus goes into my graveyard because it's cast?
Yeah, play an Instant Boiler Works and bounce this command tower. Pass the turn.
Get a draw. Plains is my land. Fire Diamond. Pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw card. Seasonal Dungeoneer. ETB, take the initiative.
A seasonal Dungeoneer?
They only come around like certain times of the year.
Now that it's after Halloween, I guess it shows up.
We're dungeoneering now, but before Halloween, no dungeoneering.
No
is happening.
Dungeoneers.
I'm going to reveal the top 10 cards of my library and then put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters, and it will gain hexproof until my next turn. Ember Wild Captain. When it enters, I'll become the Monarch. Pass turn. In my end step, I'll draw a card from the Monarch.
I should put 3+1/+1 counters here on this creature, and I do not do that.
I will draw Nikia of the Old Ways, and I will devastate you all with this Bane of Progress.
Oh no. I will respond. I'm going to Generous Gifts the mana doubler, Nikia.
I'm also going to respond here. I'll go to 34 and activate Div Top to look at the top 3. Put them back in this order, and then I will activate Div Top to draw the top card of my library. Good to resolve, and you are getting 3 from me as well.
3 from me.
3 from everybody?
I think so.
All right, so I devastated everybody. Take that, you losers.
I will untap, draw this Div Top that we all know about, play a command tower, cast my commander Primacon. I'm going to say we can attack only to the right, lose a life to Fiery Islet, which puts me at 33, Jace the Mind Sculptor. I'm going to draw 3, then put 2 on top of library in any order. I'm putting 2 back on top. Pass the turn.
Untap and draw. Celestial Colonnade. Pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Go through the Undercity. Get a basic land. Find a Plains. Draw card. Plains is land for turn. Darksteel Mutation, targeting Bramicon. Go to combat. Send my Seasoned Dungeoneer at Jace, and I'll send Ember Wild Captain at Cameron. And on attack, I will have target Warrior, which this is, gain protection from creatures and explores until end of turn. It's a land, so I will put it into my hand.
Jace dies.
I'll cast Noble Heritage again for 4 mana. Go to my end step. Draw a card with the Monarch. Pass turn.
There's 2 plays in my hand. Which one do I like more? Cast Henzi to Blitz an Ancient Copper Dragon.
Yeah.
Just in case. I was shocking this Blood Crypt. Go at 38. I will swing this 6/5 at Dylan.
You have an 11/11. Are you just not going to attack with it?
I'm thinking about what I want to do with it. Don't you question me. This is a 11 defender, but it is going to attack. I guess I'm going to attack Dylan with it.
Sure. So whenever an opponent attacks me while I'm the Monarch, this deals damage to equal number of cards in your hand.
2. I will go to 36. This is 17.
That is a lot. I'll go to 13, and you get the initiative and the Monarch.
The initiative, I'm going to scry 2. Top, bottom. Here we go. Come on, baby. 8 treasures. I will blitz, even though it can't attack. My second most fun card in the deck. Apex Devastator.
Oh, hell
Fuck yeah.
All right, let's go. We have Yawgmoth Position, Timeless Witness. I'll return Nikia of the Old Ways. It's the only card of mine.
Oh man, we are dead soon.
Terror of the Peaks.
Holy shit.
And last but not least, we have 0 power, Tree of Perdition.
Okay. But now the Apex is going to enter after the Terror of the Peak.
Oh,
right?
yeah, so I have 10 damage to throw around. That is true.
Can I do something with the Apex Devastator still on the stack?
Of course.
You sure can.
Generous gift your Terror of the Peaks.
Thank God.
You fool. Now I have 2 Elephant Men. Sacrifice this to Yawgmoth. Lose 1 life, go to 35. Draw 2 cards, 1 off of Yawgmoth, 1 off of Blitz. And then I will put the -1 counter on the Ember Wild Captain. I'm going to sacrifice the Ancient Copper Dragon, which is also going to die. Going to 34 life and drawing 2 cards.
Killing my Emberwold with Yawgmoth, yes?
Yes.
Understood.
Go to my end step and I draw off of the Monarch. And then I pass.
Untap for turn. Draw. Play an island. Pay 1 and lose 1 life. Dragon's Rage Channeler. The Eternal Wanderer. I have a DRC trigger. I will surveil 1. Put this Div Top in the graveyard. -4 the Eternal Wanderer, so that I can choose a creature for each player, and they sacrifice all other creatures not chosen that way.
I'll respond. Sack this elephant, go to 33 life, and I will kill DRC and draw a card. Yep, with Yawgmoth. I will sack these 4 to kill the Seasonal Dungeoneer.
Unfortunate.
Go to 29, draw 4 more cards. I'll let you choose between these 2 little guys.
You can keep Yawgmoth.
Fair.
Pass the turn.
I get to draw Prairie Stream, and maybe now's the time to cast Aragorn again. Guess what? I'm the Monarch, and then I'll move to my end step and draw.
Untap. Draw a card. Throne of the High City. Honor Worn Shaku. Tap it for 1. Tap an untapped legendary permanent I control to untap it. Tap it for a second. Cast Baloth, Baratil Entertainer for the first time this game.
Honestly, we're playing casual. I'm just glad that I got my Honor War Shaco to do exactly what I wanted to, which is tap for 2 mana. Since I control that enchantment, that's legendary as my commander. So we're doing it. We're doing the thing.
We finally have seen everyone's commander this game.
ETB Noble Heritage trigger. I will put 2 counters on it. If anyone would like to put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature they control, you may do that, and then I will gain protection from you until my next turn.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I am also going to do that.
No, nah. I decided on no in the most dramatic way possible.
Creatures with power less than Baloths are goaded, which means everything power 3 or less has to attack, not me. And then whenever an attacking or blocking...
I lied. I put 2.
Okay. And then whenever an attacking or blocking goaded creature dies, I create a treasure token. That's it. I will pass the turn after that.
Untap initiative. I'll go to Aragorn. Draw for my turn. I'll sack this treasure for Manius.
Cam, finally, someone else who sacks their treasures before tapping their lands. Like a total. Oh, there's a good reason. Never mind.
It made sense. I have a Nicky of the old ways. I'll make 12 mana. Grim Hireling, Worm Coil Engine,
Yes.
and Braids.
Is that Grim Hireling or is that Grim Horror Specs?
That's Grim Horror Specs. My bad.
Okay.
I'll send 4 at Cameron.
I'll take 4. Oh, you become the Monarch.
Go to my end step. I will sacrifice Worm Coil Engine to Braids. I will get 2 3/3s. The elephant returns. 1 lifelink, 1 death touch.
So we each may sacrifice a creature.
Yeah, you can sacrifice a creature or artifact. If you don't, you lose 2 and I draw a card.
You can have a card from me, Joe. 28.
I will sack my commander.
Which means Darksteel Mutation goes to my graveyard, and I will sack Honor Worn Shaku, yeah.
I draw a card. I have to discard. I'll discard 3 lands and a Seed Guide Ash. Now pass.
Untap. Your off turn. Cast a Path to Exile targeting Yarkmoth.
Fine, yeah. Get the snow-covered forest.
Cast a Spiteful Banditry for X is 5.
I will draw 4 off the Grim Horror specs, and yes, my board is gone.
I will make a treasure token. Cam, did I assume your commander was 5 and it wasn't?
You must have. It is currently a 6/6, a 4/4 with 2+1/+1 counters on it.
Wow, I really fucked this up. Okay. +1, this Eternal Wonder, targeting Dylan's commander to exile it. It returns under your control at the beginning of your next end step.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I will draw. I'll just go to combat right now, and I'll attack the Wanderer for 6.
Sure.
Gain 6. Cast a Brago, Hallowed Fountain, Goblin Motivator. Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw card. Let's play Needle Verge Pathway. I'm going to cast Gisela. Go to my end step. Baloth comes back. So Noble Heritage triggers, and I will put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Would anyone else like to do that?
No.
I'd like to, but I can't.
Everything power 3 or less is goaded. I will pass turn.
Untap, draw a card or make a 4/1 skeleton. I have a lot of cards in hand, so I'm going to make a 4/1 skeleton. I'll draw for you. Play a tapped Field of the Dead, get a 2/2 zombie. Carter Doomscourge. Play a Bloom Tender, Mana Dork. I'm done with my turn. I'm going to go to my end stop, draw a card, and I have to discard 1. I'll discard a basic swamp.
Untap. Draw for turn. Let's pay 8, losing 1 life to Fiery Islet, and cast a Scramble first. All right, so for each non-land permanent, a player at random is chosen, and they gain control of that permanent. So we are swapping all permanents around. I guess I'm going to hold priority and sack this treasure. Let's roll a d4. It'll go a lot faster.
Cameron's 1, I'm 2, Joe's 3, Tyler's 4.
Yep, exactly.
So we're going to start with my permanents. We'll start with Aragorn here. We rolled a 3. So, Joe, you get a Aragorn with 2+1/+1 counters. It's a 1, so I keep Brago. For Goblin Motivator, it is also a 1, so I keep Goblin Motivator.
So for Gisela, we'll roll a 1, which means Cameron gets Gisela.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Oh my gosh.
For Baloth, we'll roll a 3, which means Joe gets Baloth. And for Noble Heritage, we'll roll a 4, which means Tyler gets Noble Heritage.
All right, we'll do Bloom Tender first. 2,
Me.
Ignoble Hierarch. 4, that's you, Tyler.
Me.
Landwehr Elves. 4, also Tyler. Carter Doomscourge. 3, I will keep Carter. Zombie. 3, I'll keep the zombie. And Skeleton. 2.
Goes to Dill. It is a 1, so Cameron has a Spiteful Banditry.
Nice.
What a fun card. I don't hate it at all.
That'll be it for the turn.
This actually kind of worked out for me post Scrambleverse because now I have the big damaging threat.
I honestly didn't really want to play the Giselle. I just couldn't decide on what to play, and Giselle was the strongest card in my hand. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let me get this out. And of course, I lose it right away.
I'm gonna draw Mary, Esquire of Rowan. Gisela and Brago are coming down at Tyler, and then the Goblin Motivator and Mary over at Dylan, and Mary will trigger draw.
I'll block the skeleton on the 2/2, and then I will take 1.
Cool. Okay.
Or we just 2, actually. So I'll go to 11.
I will take 14. I will go to 16.
2 things died in combat, so the Bailoff player gets 2 treasures.
I also get a treasure from Spite.
Well, wait, hold on. Bailoff cares about what, goated creatures?
Yeah.
Were they both goated?
I guess
No.
the 4-1 wasn't goated, but the other one was.
Okay, so I'll get 1 treasure, and there's 1 trigger because an attacker died up from Carter to drain you all for 1.
I have a Brago trigger, which will blink my 2 creatures, but not Gisela. Otherwise, it will go back to Dylan. I will pass the turn.
Draw a card. I'm going to cast Vanquish the Horde. In response, float a green with Bloom Tender. Destroy all the creatures.
It was fun to have Gisela while it lasted.
Glad we took all that time to resolve Scrambleverse.
I know. I was thinking, like, damn it. I'm just going to sweep anyway. This sucks.
Oh my god, I get another treasure because all those fuckers died.
I can't believe we had to resolve that whole fucking Scrambleverse when I know that I have this in my hand and I'm gonna do it anyway.
Put Sun Titan onto the stack. When it enters, I will bring back a lowly Honor-Worn Shaku. Fury Calm Snarl as land for turn and pass my turn.
On my upkeep, we have initiative. We're going to top 10. 9, 10. I'm going to get Green Warden of Marasa is what I'm going to do. It'll enter with 3 counters as we've never forgotten before. I'm going to return. I believe it's on the bottom of my thing. Terror of the Peaks to my hand. I will replay my win condition, my Terror of the Peaks. And then I will play my land for turn, which will trigger to give me a 2/2 zombie. Let's go 2 at Dylan.
I will go to 8.
I will cast Terrastodon.
Oh, jeezums.
My target for the damage is going to be Dylan's face.
I'll take 9 and die. And then you have Terrastodon and Elephant Making.
I'll just blow up your best 3 lands, Cameron. That's what we'll do.
Probably Celestial Colonnade, Command Tower, and something that makes red mana. So maybe like Spire Bluff Canal.
Those are the ones I was going to pick.
I get 3/3 elephants now. I have blockers.
Passing after that, yes.
This whole thing could not have been worse for us. Letting Joe go through the entire initiative dungeon could not have been worse for us.
Joe has just had the most value this entire game. It's been incredible to watch.
Untap, draw for turn, cast a Teferi who slows the sunset. I'm going to -2 this Teferi to look at the top 3 cards in my library, put 1 in hand and the rest on bottom in any order. Losing 1 life to Fiery Islet going to 14. Palace Jailer. I will become the Monarch, and I will have Palace Jailer exile Terror of the Peaks until an opponent becomes the Monarch. Go to end step, draw for being the Monarch, and pass the Cameron.
I will draw. Tyler, I'm going to come at you with 2 of these beasts.
I'll take 6 and go to 8.
So I'll become the Monarch. Terror of the Peaks will come back. 6 mana for a Overloaded Winds of Abandon.
I get 4 basics. I don't know how many more basics are in this deck, though.
I get 1 basic.
I'll move to my end step then and just get my Monarchy draw.
I get 2 basics and therefore 2 zombies. And then I'll untap skis. I have the initiative. I can search for a basic, but I know there's not one in my deck because I just got the other 2 out. I will draw for turn. Cast it for 7. Blitz. For 3, Balor. Go to combat. Zombies at you and Balor at Cam. And I have a trigger on attack, so I'll have Balor do damage equal to the number of cards in your hand to you. I'll have you draw 3 and discard 3 at random.
Cam, just so you know, in case somehow you have interaction, if you can keep me alive, I can exile all of the creatures on Joe's board on my turn.
All right, well, let me see something here because it's going to depend on what we discard. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An island is gone. Let's try again.
3.
1, 2, 3. Geist of Saint Traft, and then final card
2.
Curse of Opulence. Oh, I can't do anything about this.
Dead.
You become the Monarch.
I guess I'll just cast this Disciple of Belast. Sacrifice the Balor. You take damage equal to the number of cards in your hand.
I take 4, 24.
And I'll draw 4, 5. I'll play a tap land, get a zombie, Birds of Paradise. Go to my step, draw off the Monarchy. Discard this Bloodstainmire.
I will draw for my turn. Cast a Shadowfax. I will go to combat and I will attack you with my team. The Shadowfax will trigger. I will put a Conspiracy Theorist into play, tapped and attacking you as well.
I'm just going to take all this damage, I think.
I'll take back the Monarchy and then I'll go to level 3. I'm going to make you lose 5 life there. Pass the turn. I get a draw for the Monarchy.
Untap. Play land, get a zombie. Eternalize my Timeless Witness.
Nice.
And I will use it to get back my Apex Devastator. Yeah, let's blitz it. All right, let's go. Here we go. We have Blade Wing Death Tyrant.
That doesn't sound good.
Foundation Breaker, which will kill a treasure. Midnight Reaper. Massacre Worthy.
Well, only one of my creatures dies and I lose 2.
I will also blitz Junji. I'll go to combat. I will send 26 at you.
Momentarily blink Shadowfax. Shadowfax is going to be a blocker for the Apex Devastator, and then I take the rest of the damage.
I become the Monarch / get the initiative. Try to. And then we'll sacrifice Apex Devastator. I will lose a life, draw a card, and then I draw another card. And then we'll sack Junji. I'll make you discard 2 cards and lose 2 life.
Cloud Shift and Talisman.
And I draw 2. And I have to go to discard. Yes. All right, take it away.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
Oh wait, does Shadowfax die? You should have lost 2 more life from Massacre Worm.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't win the game. I can't win the game. None of my creatures can die. That's pretty much it. Nicely going, Joe.
Good game.
Good game. Holy shit.
Wow.
I love this
Incredible.
deck.
That was a 2-hour game is how long that took. I think maybe more like 2 hours and 15. We don't do a lot of casual on the channel. We're hoping to maybe a little bit more, but either way, that was a fucking great game.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Joe, for playing with us. It was awesome.
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us directly, you can do so on Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
Mark Cirillo, Alan Button, lowercase, Zachary Nelson, Joey Aarons, SoCal Acura, Stormageddon, Luke Cook, AJ Albosabi, Kylock, Demon of Rosgrees, Kawaja, A. Hamid, Uncle Butts, Lauren Connell, and Baby G-Bus.
If you want to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Thank you so much, Dragon Shield, for supporting the show. Make sure you use our affiliate link down below to show them some support.
If you want to follow us on the internet, you can do that on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thank you so much for watching.
See you next time. Can we talk about our $50 patrons?
Yes, and their names are... Oh shit, we just got one today. Pending.
Welcome, fuck Islamia.
I guess we'll say it now. Yeah, it's pending. Say it again.
I already said it.
Yeah, but now I made it awkward though. Fuck.
No, that has to stay in. Javaha, Dalton Poteet, Kadanis,
Mitchell Shepard,
Justin,
Man Solo,
Pedro,
Jacob Depp,
Michael Ballou,
Jan Wildfang,
Thomas Bueno,
Swampy McGee,
and David Nelson.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Bane of Progress, I feel like, is the dockside extortionist of regular Commander.
It's actually the opposite, because
Right.
instead of doubling the amount of
Destroys them all.
Yeah.
it's like the same thing, and it's like the inverse.
The
of it, I
inverse.
guess.
It's a really fucking expensive and huge creature.
It does something completely different.
The opposite.
The opposite. Right. Inverse. Okay.